3 horror movies that you shouldn't watch alone.
Okay, well I've got 2 right off the top of my head. The Ring and Paranormal Activity. Now, both excellent horror films in that they're very scary, very jumpy, very disturbing, and they stay with you. But so with Paranormal Activity, don't watch that alone because it's about a couple in a very domestic, relatable setting in a house. The chances are if you watch that alone in a house, you're going to have frightening thoughts about your own situation and being in that house that night, because a lot of the action takes place at night, banging doors and noises and things. I think that's the sort of thing that'll stay with you and give you a very disturbed night's sleep.
I remember watching Paranormal Activity, I think for the first time. Wasn't in the cinema, was at home, and then my wife got up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet, and I hadn't noticed that, and I saw the door move. Of course, anyone who's seen that film knows when the door moves, it's extremely frightening. And my language was obscene. Like, it was, I didn't even know I knew those words. And the next thing I heard my wife whimpering in the corner of the room. She was incredibly upset, and I had to spend, quite a while comforting her. So yes, Paranormal Activity would definitely go in the list of top 3 films not to watch alone.
Yeah.
The second one?
I think The Ring, that's just maybe for personal reasons, but The Ring, when I watched it, and I must see it again, but I found it incredibly frightening, and I've avoided watching it for many years. The images in that film really stay with you, but there's a real sense of tangible fear and dread that creeps through the whole film, an inevitable doom that chases you through that film, and you could leave feeling quite bleak and like something is coming after you. After you've watched that film, and I think it's a sort of film you probably need to process and have some light time afterwards to really get over that film. It's not a film I'd want to sit on my own and watch and then go to bed on.
I remember watching The Ring when I lived in the north of Scotland with you, and there was sort of nobody around, and there was a tree in the middle of the field that looked like the tree that you see recurs in the image track on The Ring, on the cursed videotape. And whenever I would see that tree, I would have a bad feeling, and that lasted for quite a while. So I think that definitely would go down as a film not to watch on your own. You need some processing if you watch that. You don't want to be left to your own senses.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about a third film.
The third film I would say
Yeah.
would be, and one of our favourites, is Candyman.
Right.
And I think, Candyman is an amazing horror film.
Yeah.
But if you're on your own and you get up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet,
Yeah.
and you don't have a nightlight on, or even if you do have a nightlight on, but you look in the mirror,
Yeah.
it's not going to feel good. I had that experience watching that film, when I was quite young. And I remember going to the toilet at a friend's house, and this feeling of, am I going to just experience the kind of icy cold hook going down my spine as I look in the mirror, and the sound of a bee, and so that definitely would be one of mine.